On May 1st, 2025, I brazenly decided to create a video using generative AI tools. My goal was to get the CMOs, the CMO huddles, somewhere closer to what the art of the possible was. My great adventure was funny, funky, and ultimately flocking awesome thanks to the help of professionals. So, at first I thought it was gonna be easy, right? Write a few prompts, you get into ChatGPT, you start with a strategy, boom, it's really good. You get to a place where you're at a script, you think, okay. I also knew we were gonna use penguins because a group of penguins is a huddle. Okay, we got that? A group of penguins is a huddle. So I'm feeling pretty good at this point. ChatGPT says, let's do a storyboard. I say, great. It says, do you want some prompts for all the videos? I say, sure, let's do that too. And I had what I thought was a pretty good narrative. So I'm ready to go and thinking, all I gotta do is write some good prompts for the video and we're in good shape. So next I move on to a hero character. It's an emperor penguin with a purple tie and a purple hat. I put that into Imagine Art, which has a lot of tools like Veo and Kling, and it was really cool. I had 30,000 free credits thinking that would be a lot. Wrong again, GPT breath. It was nowhere near what I needed. Here's the thing. These tools don't respect the laws of biology. I was creating a mutant sci-fi flick. Notice owl wings on a penguin, hands on a penguin. This was kind of an issue. I was starting to get frustrated. Now, you may have noticed the hats. The hat thing is weird. I put the same prompt, purple baseball hat with CMO on it. Should be easy, wasn't even close. I'm beginning to get pretty nervous at this point because I had committed to doing a video presentation about this stuff. So I'm frustrated, like really, really frustrated. I had burned through all 30,000 tokens in my first day. Did I mention I have a day job? This is a side project I wanted to get done quickly. So I'm like a little bit panicked. Fortunately for me, I had a coach. Enter Samantha Stark. Sam talked me off the edge. She said, Drew, this is about experimentation. You're learning a lot. Just keep going. You got this. You try, you retry, you do it again. It'll be okay. So I went back into Imagine Art and I started to create more usable video. Thank you, Sam. By the way, coaching is essential, not optional. I got a bunch of segments of video that I thought were pretty good, and you could stitch them together into a narrative. So right now I'm feeling okay. And then next up was pretty darn easy. Why? I wasn't using generative AI. I was just recording a voiceover. I have professional equipment. I've got a good mic. I use GarageBand, laid down the voiceover, no problem. Same with the music track. And this was actually really fun. I had a song in mind. I said, hey, ChatGPT, describe it musically. So I threw that into Suno, piece of cake. 30 seconds later, I have two soundtracks. I pick one. I'm ready to go. Now it's time to edit. I used a script, which you'll see in a second. I used a script because we already had it for our podcast. Again, this was down and dirty novice stuff. I should have used Capwing. Fine. I threw the video in there. I threw the audio, soundtrack underneath it. Put together a rough cut with an emphasis on the word rough. What I had was, frankly, a 7th grade PowerPoint with a soundtrack. It was a disaster. There was really, there was no way I was gonna share this with anybody. I didn't even want to share it with my wife, who thought, oh, come on, you're making a video. How hard could it be? And so I was really feeling a lot of pain at this point because I couldn't share this. I had committed to doing this video. The whole project was upside down. That is that. I couldn't get the video, my logo to compose in ice. You name the problem, it was beyond this novice's capabilities. So I'm ready to cancel. Sam says, don't. I want you to meet Steve Mudd. Steve works at Talentless. Steve has video skills. He has animators, he has editors, he has directors. He has people who could turn this thing into something viewable, like professional almost. Sure, some AI artifacts, but still pretty cool. So I'm excited. I'm ready to share it with you. I learned a lot during this process, but I will tell you, if you think you can do this on your own right now, the tools are not quite ready. But with some help, you could probably do something pretty cool. With that, let's watch the video and then I'll come right back. When conditions get harsh, the savviest marketing leaders huddle up. 2024 was flocking awesome. 2025, it's gonna be flocking awesome. On November 6th and 7th, 101 marketing leaders will flock together in Palo Alto for 2 unforgettable days of sharing, caring, and daring each other to greatness. B2B marketing has always required courage, curiosity, and creativity. Today, it also takes AI centricity. It's a lot, unless you have a strong community behind you. Join the flock. Apply now for the most inspiring CMO gathering of 2025. So the moral of the story is generative AI tools are like penguins. They're surprising, they're fun, they're engaging. But if you want them to fly, you're gonna need some help from professionals. Final note, no penguins were harmed in the making of this video, and we donate 1% of revenue to the Global Penguin Society. Thank you.